Okay. For the while loop, by the way, for the while loop, basically the idea is exactly same, right? But for the while loop, what you have to do is first you have to have a area where you should initialize your variable. I mean, especially condition variables. Like in our case, is row is, for example, equal to 1, right? Or equal to 0. It's really up to you. And then the column, right, equal to, let's say, 1 or 0. So this is where you should initialize, right? Initialize your conditional variables. Then you have outer loop while, right? And then you have a conditions, right? You have to make a comparison, or like, right, where the row is, blah blah blah, right? And then so you have outer loop, and then you have to either increment or decrement this variable row, right? Within this while loop. And then inside this while loop, you have inner while loop, right? For this one, the column. So you have to. So this is the conditional variable, right? Column. Sorry, it's control variable. So control variable is less than or equal to or not equal to whatever, right? Based on your based on the problem, right? So then you have to, inside this, of course, same thing, you have to have a print statement here, right? But inside, right, you have to increment or decrement this control variable. Just like in the outsider loop, right? This outsider loop, you have to increment or decrement this control variable, right? So at the end, this condition, right? This condition, what? At the end, you have to make sure that this condition becomes false, right? Same thing. At the end, so you increment column or decrement column, right? So such that this conditions at the end, right? You have to make sure that this condition becomes what? False, right? Otherwise, you will have infinite loop problem, right? So that's for the while loop.